Knights of Seton Catholic weren't on theirs. Rough opening, and it just went downhill after that. But here this afternoon, the Raiders are going to have a little tougher time. The Saratoga Blue Streaks, under the direction of Coach Bobby Sanamore, coming into tonight's hockey game this afternoon's hockey game with a record of 6-1-1. And you and I both feel this will be the Raiders' probably sternest challenge since they were down in Buffalo a week or so ago.
Absolutely. This is a good team. Incidentally, they were in that tournament in Buffalo as well, the Blue Streaks, where they beat St. Francis 1-0, and they only lost to St. Joseph's by a goal.
Yeah, and that the same St. Joseph club that hammered Massena. Saratoga lost 4-3. We're up 3-2 in the third period. Buffalo or St. Joe's tied it. Minute 20 left in the game. St. Joe's picked up a penalty. Saratoga is on the power play and turned it over in their own end right in front of their goaltender, and St. Joe's scored a shorthanded winning goal. So that's even a little salt in the wounds. But,
well, the two officials, they're out there, Butch Martin and Mike St. Louis, the Lake Placid contingent, will be calling the balls and strikes, so to speak. Oh, there's the dulcet tones of Sanford T. Cook. He made it on time again today. Wow.
Getting closer to Christmas time, he's got to be a little more punctual. He wants St. Nick to bring him something, I'm sure. You think he's been good this year?
Well, yeah, I doubt it. Ask a few people who he's raspberried on the air. They might dispute that.
A few?
Yeah, that's right.
A few hundred?
Yeah. Assistant Captain Anthony DiAgostino is going to read the sportsmanship pledge. And so that was Anthony's turn. This is Massena's third home game.
And the captains will probably have that chore throughout the year, or do you think it'll go down through the entire roster to read that?
I'm not sure how they're going to do it. But now the introduction of starting lineups. It's going to be Mark Payne starting in the nets for Saratoga. He got the win last night. He'll be the only goaltender to get both games in the tournament.
Mark, one of three Payne brothers on this team. Mark in goal, Mike up on one unit, and Chris centering their big unit with Dave O'Connor and Greg Gossier.
And Mark and Mike are twins.
Sophomores.
Yeah. Youngsters.
A lot of speed on this club, Jerry, according to Coach Bobby Sanamore.
Yep. They're a good hockey club, there's no doubt about that, and they're going to give Massena a stern test here this afternoon. Hey, we've seen a lot of good games between these two clubs over the years.
Last year, we couldn't get a better classic than that. 6-5, 5-5 at the end of two. Massena gets the winning goal halfway through the third period. Jeffrey Day unassisted when it was a turnover. That was a barn buster, and I think Saratoga outshot Massena something like 31-16 in that game. Outshot them heavily.
Well, I'll tell you, the only bad game these two teams have ever played was that state championship game where Massena whitewashed them 10-0.
Well, that was the game that we said at the time they probably could have taken on the New York Rangers that day and given them a run.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of that game, I just saw one of the members of the team downstairs. Trevor Cameron's here. Trevor and brother Chris here to watch their younger brother Mike play for the Red Raiders. I'm sure Mike would like to do what he did last night.
Yes, Michael, the last of the Cameron boys, Trevor and Chris, playing their final year for Massena Central.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, before the start of tonight's game, we will have the singing of the school song, the Northern Star, and also the alma mater, of course, and also the national anthem. And here we go. And with the singing of our national anthem, we're about set to go here with the Red Raiders and the Blue Streaks.
Oh, what a job Emily did. What a voice that young lady has. Emily Manor, our national anthem, and the Massena Red Raider alma mater. Just an outstanding job.
Well, thank you. You realize, of course, I taught her everything she knows.
I realize that,
okay.
and that amazes me. It just simply amazes me that...
You believe that, Coach?
You know better than that. I know who taught her.
Credit where credit's due here.
Yes. Well, let's see here. We're about ready to go. Massena, Saratoga. And again, Saratoga, the Blue Streaks coming in with a pretty good record here. They've played some great hockey over the course of the season thus far, the young season. The Raiders are trying to claw their way back into respectability, I guess is the best way to put it.
And before we start, Bobby Santamore wants us to pass along, say hello to Mom and Dad, Marlia and Ken down in Fort Covington. So we do wish them a happy holiday and wish you were here with us.
That's right, absolutely. Well, let's see. We're going to have a different starting lineup for Massena's Matt Hazel coming out there, along with Seacott and Power to start off. And we're underway here.
Looks like Coach might be using a checking line here.
That's what it looks like right now anyway. Off the face-off, back it goes into the Saratoga zone, kept in there at the blue line, poked into the corner. Seacott after it. He races for it there, along with Eustace, the defenseman, pokes it ahead to Payne, the forward. Stolen away. Here's a chance in front. The shot right on. Save made. Good opportunity for Shane Farmer, his first chance of the game, and Saratoga dumps it out center ice, right back in off the stick of Barkley. Puck bounces out again. Raiders making a line change, and here come the Blue Streaks dumping inside Massena territory. Puck comes in behind the net. Cleared by Zach Long, who's in the nets for Massena, around the boards, but not out of there. It goes high into the air and hits the ceiling, as a matter of fact, and off the ice surface. So we'll have a face-off. So good opportunity right off the bat for the Raiders.
Right off the bat, that line of Hazel, Seacott, and Power could be a checking line, and Matt Hazel stole the puck to the left of these Saratoga goaltender, walked right out in front, but number 11 jumped in front of him at the last second, Mark Duffy, and deflected it.
And I've been impressed with Hazel's play. He had a good game, I thought, against Seton. Off the draw, the puck controlled by the Raiders out to center ice, the Meacham line out there. It trickles back into streak zone. Rubin after it. Rubin bangs it off the boards. And here come the Streaks back the other way. They look up ice. Here comes Tim Ream. Ream dumps it inside Massena territory. Raiders back after it. Ooh, hard check thrown there. And around the boards it goes and out to center ice. Cameron whacks at it. Meacham follows. Eric Meacham trying to split the D, has it knocked away. Comes back, and it's dumped back into the zone by the Massena defenseman, Travis Durant. Picked up in the Saratoga zone as they move it to the 45, try to get it out of there. Cowison clears it out to center ice. Here come the Streaks into the Massena zone. Shot way wide from center ice. Puck will go to Cameron. Michael gathers it in, has it go off the back of his stick. He'll have to go after it behind the net. Rips it around the boards for D'Agostino. He gets caught in the corner. Can't do anything with it. The puck squirts in behind again. Picked up by David Park. Park in the corner. He gets tied up in the boards, and the puck squirts free. Park gets up, gets it again. Now Meacham to the blue line, but not out of there. The shot, they attempted, but it's blocked by Cameron, sprawling, and it trickles back to the Saratoga blue line. Blue Streaks turn it around again. Justin Bergen dumps into the Massena zone, and back after it is Brownell. Brownell out there tonight instead of, well, wait a minute, is that Carroll? Excuse me, Carroll. Here's a chance in front as the puck trickles right across the goal mouth, and Carroll has it. As I started to say, Paul Brownell will be out there as well tonight. He will be wearing number 3. Okay.
Jeremy Buffum's not dressed tonight.
That's right.
Paul is dressed.
That's right. That's what I was trying to say as the puck trickles down the ice and probably will go far enough for icing against Saratoga, and the faceoff will move back inside Blue Streaks territory. Both teams kind of feeling each other out this first few minutes.
Yeah, that last shift out there, that line, the Saratoga unit had good forecheck, two-man forecheck, caused some problems. The Raiders tried to come up the middle in number 13. Mike Cicchini jumped in front and picked that thing off. He was high in the slot. That's
Ward
dangerous.
line off the faceoff. The shot is blocked, and here come the Streaks out to center ice. Opportunity for Kerwin. Into the zone. Nice sprawling check made by the Massena defense. Puck bounces in the circle. Ward picks it up. Headman to Clint Kerwin. Kerwin and Slack go down the ice. Kerwin slips it by one, but didn't get by the second guy. Payne back checking. He tries to move it ahead, and out to center ice it goes. To the Massena line. Barkley is there, goes over to Nightingale. Ben Nightingale will start up on the right side. Nightingale from the red line. Off the glass, in the zone it goes. In behind the net, back after it is Mark Duffy. Saratoga defenseman doesn't clear the zone. Puck comes bouncing free, but now it's out to center ice. Here he comes again. This is Duffy. Duffy stick handle is going to get a backhander off. Zach makes the save. Here's Duffy again, digging it out from behind the net. His pass intercepted by the Raiders. And that's Shane Farmer trying to get it out of the zone and out to center ice. Nope, it pokes right back in the zone. Barkley with it. Headman. Robidoux, poke checked away from him. Puck back in. Here's Saratoga. Everybody misses the puck. Finally, it's picked up in front. Here's the shot, and it goes wide. Puck back to the blue line. Here's a weak shot, knocked down, didn't get through. Farmer, he racks it down the ice. That'll be icing against Massena, and the faceoff will move back in the Raider zone. 11:14 remaining, period number 1. And on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, it's 0-0.
Mentioned a lot of speed in that line of O'Connor, Chris Payne, and Greg Gosier really get a good jump on that puck. And number 14 out there now, Mike Payne, just whistled one, a low shot wide. He picked up an errant clearing pass just wide of the net.
Hazel out there now, wins the draw. Around the boards it goes, off the stick of Drew Wonky, and the puck trickles out to center ice. Here comes Power, poke checked away, bounces back out to center ice. Power picks it up again. Whacks it in the zone. Raiders are offside zone, and they have to clear. Here comes Saratoga. Power picks it back up and dumps it right back in the zone. Around the boards it goes, stopped in behind the net. Saratoga, the Blue Streaks look to move, they don't. Seacott knocks it down with a glove, goes in behind the net. He and Rubin go together. Rubin slips it around on the other side to Brewer. Brewer has it stolen away, knocked down in the corner to the blue line. Wonky can't keep it in, has to come back for it. Drops it to Chaz Hearn, and Hearn will fire it right back inside Blue Streaks territory. Saratoga moves it ahead to the blue line, kept in by Wonky. Nice job. Here's a chance, and the shot goes wide in the corner. Opportunity for Power. Now Seacott streaking in after it. He can't get it. Kept in by Hazel. Hazel dumps it. In behind the net it goes. Power after it. Power dumps it behind. Puck bounces into the corner. Finally, it's picked up by Mike Payne, and he'll start out for the Blue Streaks. Mike Payne lugs it to center ice, into the zone. Here's Payne. In behind the net, Chaz Hearn got a piece of it. Payne has it knocked away. Scott Power picks it up, bangs it ahead. It bounces back to neutral ice. Back in the Massena zone it goes. David Park waved at it on the way by, went underneath his stick. Park goes back after it, rips it around the boards for DiAgostino. The puck bounces free. They jam at it. Meacham bangs it. Bounces down the ice, and that'll go far enough for icing against Massena. And the faceoff will move back inside Raider territory. 9:39 remaining. First period, Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard 0-0.
Number 14, Mike Payne, has got some good speed out there, but you can't give up the blue line like the Raider defenseman did that time. It was a odd man. It wasn't an odd man rush. It's probably a 2-on-4, and the Raider defenseman on the strong side really backed in and gave up that blue line. You can't do that.
Off the faceoff. Raiders don't clear the zone. It bounces free and trickles out to center ice. Picked up by the Streaks. Oh, hard check thrown there by Meacham. Puck bounces free. That was Cicchini, the recipient of that Meacham check. Now here comes Meacham across the blue line. He's got DiAgostino trying to feed it to him, but it's behind him, and the Streaks turn it right back the other way. Down the ice is Justin Bergen. He'll shoot it from just inside the blue line. Missed it wide. David Park gathers it in behind the net. He rips it into the corner to Mike Cameron. Cameron will go all the way around the boards to Anthony DiAgostino. DiAgostino doesn't clear the zone, but Meacham follows. Headman goes to DiAgostino, lost it in his skate, and it trickles into the Saratoga zone back out to center ice. Here come the Streaks back the other way. Shot from the red line. That's wide. Park trying to poke it into the corner. Goes to DiAgostino. Doesn't clear the zone. Now it's knocked down. Raiders trying to get it out of there. And out to center ice it goes off the glove. Dumped right back in the zone. And the Raiders look to clear and don't. That's Chris Payne with it. Payne steps by a check. It's poked away, gets it back again. Here's a chance in front, right across the goal mouth. O'Connor right on the doorstep, couldn't get a stick on it. In behind again. Now the puck cleared by Brownell in the corner to the blue line. Or Carroll, I should say. And it's stolen away. Here's a shot, doesn't get through. Chance for O'Connor, side of the net, knocked away. Park clears it, but not out. Back to the blue line. Here's a shot, knocked down side of the net. A backhander right in the slot. Here's a backhander, and that goes wide, went off a leg. And the puck finally in the corner. O'Connor dumps it in the corner. We got a penalty. Hard check thrown there. Massena still hasn't touched the puck. And they get the extra attacker on. Raiders still haven't touched the puck. Finally, Park does, and the whistle blows. The Raiders running around in their own end, couldn't clear.
Oh, no question. Took the words right out of my mouth. We're running around big time, and the Blue Streaks put in on all kinds of pressure. Fortunately for Massena, none of those shots could get through to the net for any rebounds. They're all wide, but Saratoga going on a power play, but I'm not sure, according to Coach Bobby Sanamore, if that's a plus for them or not. He said at this stage of the game, when he'd like to decline penalties, it's been so ineffective.
Barkley with it, flips it around the boards to the blue line, kept in. They move it into the corner. Bounces around. Ward gets a piece of it from Massena. Puck squirts free in front. Here's a shot, and it goes in the net. Long made the save, and somehow it got through him and trickled by into the net. And a power play goal for Saratoga, and they go up 1-0.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to the big youngster turn around and get his number. I think that's 21, or is that 11? I'm not sure. I'll see in a second. When he turns around here, it's number 21. I think it's going to go to Tim Ream.
Tim Ream, yeah.
He picked up loose puck in the corner to the left of Zach Long and walked right out. No one picked him up, and he got off a good hard wrist shot and somehow found its way through Zach's pads.
I think Zach made the initial save, but then it kind of trickled by him. And off the face-off, the puck widens into the goaltender Mark Payne, and he holds on for the face-off.
That is a power play goal. Timmy Ream, Mark Payne picking up the assist at the 9:24 mark. Ream walking out of the corner, wrist shot that Zach got a piece of it but couldn't contain it.
Ward off the face-off, puck goes in the corner, picked up there by Mike Payne, moves it ahead to the blue line, out to center ice. Here's a shot, and Zach makes a save from long range. Ben Nightingale flips it around. Barkley ahead to Ward. Ward can't get by. Barkley moves it to the blue line, but not out of there. Bounces up over the glass, and that's off a Saratoga stick, so they'll move outside the zone for the face-off. 7:02 remaining here, period number 1. The Streaks lead the Red Raiders 1-0 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard.
Bobby Sanamore's got to be pleased coming out of the gate strong like that, getting that first goal. It's always so important, but I think harking back to last year, I think they got the first goal. In fact, we're up 3-1 on Massena, and the Raiders came back.
Off the face-off, puck trickles out to center ice. Here comes Robidoux, just backhands it deep in Saratoga territory. Puck around the boards. After it, there's Farmer. Has it knocked around. They bang at it. Kellogg, he battles for it, and it's out to center ice. Nobody could get a piece of it. Now, hard check. Oh, Robidoux just threw a wicked check, but the puck squirts down in the Massena zone. Back after it is Travis Durant. He rips it around the boards. Kellogg out to center ice. Picked up there by Ream. He dumps it back in the Massena zone. Right back out. Ream dumps it right back in again. And Drew Wonky will pick up the loose puck. Here's Wonky with it. Bounce pass to Kellogg, goes by him. That'll be an icing. No, they wave it off as the puck trickles in behind the net. Ream pokes it around the boards, trying to get it to O'Connor. Stolen away by Farmer. Has it knocked away, and right back comes Saratoga the other way. Down the ice, here comes Ream with it. He'll just slide it as he wants off. And Wonky comes back after it, flips it, bounces off a couple of bodies out by the blue line and out to center ice. Chris Payne after it there. He steps by a check. Puck comes to O'Connor, back to Payne. Poke checked away from him by Power. Another shot from center ice. Way wide. Wonky picks up the loose puck. Bangs it ahead, down the ice. And I don't think that's going to go far enough for icing. It dies before it gets there. And it's picked up by Duffy, the defenseman. He's got Power on him. Duffy steps by the check of Power. The puck squirts free, and the Streaks move it to the blue line. It sits in the circle. Stolen. Seacott trying to center it in front. It bounces right on. The save made. Good opportunity for Massena. Power digs it out of the corner. Centers it, right across the goal mouth. Got to keep the stick down. Back to the point. Bounces in front. Bangs into the corner and up into the glass. And Farmer gets a piece of it. Knocks it down with a glove. It's centered right in front of the net, but it's cleared and out to center ice as Carroll comes after it at the red line. He'll dump it right back in the zone and stopped in behind. So good pressure right there for the Red Raiders. Raiders still on a delay offsides. Finally, they clear the zone. It comes out to Carroll. Here's Carroll into the penalty box, and we'll have a face-off.
Good pressure, as you mentioned, by that line of Hazel, Power, and Seacott. And Scott Power found himself all alone in front, but forgot to turn around and look where that puck was. It was right at his feet. The other side of the coin, I don't know if it's by design or not, but Sean Kellogg, his last shift out there against number 96 for the Blue Streaks, Chris Payne, their big gun, trying to slow him down with some good heavy body work.
Off the face-off. Puck still in the zone. Cameron winds a big drive, and he golfed it up into the wall. The field goal shot as he hit it on edge, and up it went.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that hit a stick or what, but that puck, if it would have got there maybe half a second sooner, because Michael had that thing teed up, and from just about 30 feet out right in front of goaltender Mark Payne, but it hit something and went over the top.
Off the face-off, puck goes back in the Massena zone. Barkley gets back in time, just barely, as Aaron Cowison was racing for it. He's a converted defenseman. Had a very good game last night against Ogdensburg. Raiders clear. Here comes Meacham trying to go to DiAgostino. Anthony chasing it down in the corner. He's got Meacham if he can see him, and he didn't. Now he goes to Cameron instead. Cameron dumps it in behind for Meacham, knocked away from him. Barkley pinches in and waved at it, missed it, and the puck trickles out to center ice. Cameron ahead to DiAgostino. He gloves it down and takes it across. Anthony on the right wing side looking to drop it to Meacham. He gets knocked down. The puck cleared around the boards. Back on the other side it goes. In the corner, Streaks try to move it ahead, and they do, out to center ice. Here comes Mike Payne with it. Has it knocked away by Meacham. Meacham drops to Nightingale. Nightingale goes to Barkley. Barkley looks. He's got DiAgostino breaking. He deflects it in the zone. It trickles in behind the net. After it there is Eric Rubin. Rubin will flip it over on the other side to his partner, Brewer. Back to Rubin. Left side of the net. Rubin starts out. Hits a leg. Does it clear the zone? Just does. Here come the Streaks back the other way. Here's the Streaks breaking through and poke checked to the last second by Nightingale. Raiders try to clear. Comes to the blue line, but not out of there. Now they move it ahead. Here's a chance for Barkley leading the attack. He just gets knocked down as he was going 1-on-2. Now the puck along the boards. Cameron gets a piece of it, knocks it into his skates. They bang at it in the circle. Cameron looking, has it knocked away, and he had a chance to pass it off and didn't. And now here come the Streaks into the Massena zone. Wonky's there though, trying to flip it ahead. It goes in behind the net. Barkley after it there. Puck around the boards. Jeffrey Slack. Here's Slack looking, flips it ahead. Nice pass. Joe Ward, but he's all by himself. Puck back the other way. Here come the Streaks. And they're just going to dump it as they're in the middle of a line change too. Puck bounces out to center ice, back in the zone. That's wide. Around the horn to the blue line. They battle for it there, and it's out to center ice again. Slack will pick it up. Here comes Slack. He's got Kerwin. Try to flip it to him. The Massena passes aren't connecting as of yet. To the blue line. Here's a shot knocked down in front. Comes back to the other point. Hearn waved at it, couldn't keep it in, but it's poke check down the ice, and icing will be the call on the Streaks, and we'll have a face-off with 2:20 remaining in period number 1. On the Bob Post scoreboard, it's 1-0.
A lot of action, but as you mentioned, the pass is not clicking sometimes on both the clubs. They're looking at the unofficial shots on goal. Saratoga's at 4, and Massena 2 here with 2:20 left in the first period. So not a lot of shots on goal. The only goal, Tim Reen from Mike Payne for the Blue Streaks.
And that was a power play goal right at the beginning of the power play. Off the face-off. Oh, Ward throws a check. Slack after it in the corner. He can't control it. Back on the Streaks the other way. That's Chris Payne from the blue line. Oh, he had a kind of a knuckleballer because he didn't get as much on it as he wanted. It almost fooled Zach. Zach had to be quick to stop it. O'Connor battles for it in the corner. O'Connor gets checked. The puck squirts free. Carroll with it. He'll rip it around the boards. Raiders move it ahead. Park out to center ice. Intercepted and dumped back in the Massena zone. Saratoga not afraid to dump and chase.
No, that's their game plan right now, putting pressure on the Raider defense. That's what they want to do. Unless they have the odd man break, they're dumping it all the time.
Puck bounces back in the corner. Carroll throws a check, picks up the loose puck. Nice play. Here's Carroll. Skates it, looks, and it goes to the Saratoga blue line. They move it right ahead. They got an odd man break, 3-on-1. Here's an opportunity in front, backhander up over the net. Raiders caught a break, but they still got men in front. Now bounces back to the blue line. And it goes to Slack off his stick as the Raiders got caught on a line change there and ended up a 3-on-1. And the Streaks just fired over the net. Here's the puck, bouncing in front. Kept in at the point by Robidoux momentarily. Now it trickles out to center ice to the Massena line. Nightingale from Barkley, a head man. Farmer, here's Farmer across the blue line, stops, looks to center, it's intercepted. To the blue line, out to center ice. Barkley waved at it. And back come the Streaks the other way. Mike Payne, centering pass in front, goes right on. And a good save by Zach Long. The Massena back checker ended up in the net. Who is that? Is that No, that's Barkley. And knocked the net off. So the face-off will be in the Massena zone anyway. but Zach had that one stopped.
Blue Streak showing that speed we talked about. Mike Payne and Tim Reen just almost connecting on another goal, and just prior to that, number 7, Eric Rubin, sent Payne and Ream away on a 2-on-1.
Off the face-off. Puck goes back to the blue line. Here's a shot through traffic, deflected in. And the Streaks take a 2-0 lead here with 40 seconds left in the period. That's going to be Mike Cicchini getting the goal, and the assist came from the point.
And it'll be the center also, probably I thought 22 back on a point.
Gavin.
Could be Gavin, but the Blue Streaks won the draw, got it back to the point. He just a nice low shot, and number 13, Cicchini, just redirected in front. 2-0.
Raiders back the other way. Here comes Robidoux across the blue line. Keeps it in the point momentarily. Back the other way comes Saratoga. Intercepted Robidoux. Gets by 1. Across the blue line. Here's Cicchini again. Moves it in front, but it's kicked into the corner. Raiders pick up the puck, bounce it out to center ice, back in again. Offsides will be the call as Mark Duffy tried to keep it in and couldn't. 16 seconds left in the period. The Streaks leading Massena 2-0.
And that's got to be a big bonus. Coach Bobby Santamore, he plays his first 2 units a lot, and when he puts that third unit out, he puts them out on but it's just a short shift, 20-30 seconds, and to get a goal, which they did, Cicchini, who centers that third line, that's a big plus. Let's see who got the assist on that. It is 22, Gavin, along with number 11, Mark Duffy.
Off the face-off, puck goes deep in the Massena zone. Farmer with it, bangs it in behind for Drew Wonky. Wonky to the blue line, out to center ice it goes with 3 seconds left. That's going to take care of the period right there. So the Raiders in a bit of a hole here, down 2-0 after 1 period of play. Our broadcast brought to you by the members of the CECOM Federal Credit Union, Stern Street in Massena, by Massena Building Supply, 70 Water Street, downtown Massena, by Homestead Dairies, West Hatfield, and the corner of North Main and Maple in Massena. Also by Massena Optics, 55 Main Street, downtown Massena, by Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant, by North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillip Street, Massena. Also by Seaway Orthopedics, Outer Andrew Street in Massena, by Coca-Cola, the sponsors of the Power Flow Power Goal Contest, by Massena Savings and Loan, 255 Main Street, Massena, and by Nationwide Insurance at 229 East Orva Street in Massena. All sponsors making our broadcast possible here. Red Raider Hockey on WMSA. Just about a moment, we're going to go to ABC Sports Live, but I guess we got time to tell us who scored the 2 goals, Coach.
Yeah, at the 7:24 mark, Timmy Reen on a power play. Mike Payne getting the assist. Reem walked out of the corner. No one picked him up, and he fired a wrist shot from about 8 feet, 10 feet out to the left to Zach Long. Zach got a piece of it, but not enough. It trickled into the net. And then at 14:20, boy, those face-offs. Gavin won the draw, got it back to the point to Duffy. He fired a nice low shot. Not a lot on it, but standing in front, Cicchini, and he just got the blade of the stick on it and just redirected enough right between Zach's legs. And the Blue Streaks lead 2-0.
Shots on net through the first period. Saratoga had 7. Massena had 2. So as you can see, not a lot of offense in that first period, but Saratoga controlled the play.
And the key, when's the last time you saw the Raiders held to 2 shots in a period?
Exactly. So they did not come out of the gates very fast tonight. They're going to have to change that, and hopefully the second period will be better. Right now we're going to go back to our WMSA studios. We have ABC Sports Live right now.
Was held to 2 shots on goal, but they weren't able to sustain any type of forecheck up in that offensive zone. The Blue Streaks able to move it out, I won't say at will, but Massena didn't get any consistency like they have in their last 2 outings, but I'm sure they'll adjust to that in the intermission. And the 2 goals, power play we talked about. Coach Bobby Santamore said he sometimes liked to decline. His numbers were horrible. But the Raiders pick up a penalty. Eric Meacham a slashing call at 7-11. And then just 13 seconds later, the Blue Streaks scoring a power play. Gained the zone, puck in the corner to the left of Zach Long. And the Raider defenseman had one of the Blue Streaks tied up along the boards. Reem jumped in, picked up the puck, and walked out from the Zach Long's left side. Got off a shot from, I'd say 12 feet away, and Zach got a piece of it, but wasn't able to hold it, and it just bounced by him and just trickled into the far side. That at the 7:24. And then late, 14:20 mark, textbook goal, the way you draw it up. Mike Cicchini, and I think Cicchini, if we look back, we had won the draw, got it over to Mark Duffy, to Jesse Gavin, and on the edge of the circle, he knocked it back to Mark Duffy on the point. Duffy took the shot, and Cicchini, after winning the draw, went in front of the net, and he just redirected Duffy's low shot by Zach Long, and that's where we stand, 2-0.
Well, the Raiders are coming back out on the ice now, and hopefully they'll get a little jump in their step for the second period. And the Blue Streaks as well making their appearance as we get ready to go with period number 2. Of course, these two teams are going to meet each other again next weekend. We'll switch to Saratoga. The Saratoga Christmas tournament is next weekend, and Massena involved in that, along with Oswego. And Massena will play Oswego first, and then Saratoga the second day. The other team is Seton Catholic. St. Joe's was initially scheduled to be in it, but they pulled out to play in the Catholic Memorial Tournament. So Seton Catholic will be going down, and they'll have a tough time of it, I would think.
Excuse me, after the performance here this weekend, very difficult time. I won't say fodder for the, but they're going to have to pick their game up a notch.
Yeah.
2 performances they put on here this weekend. Of course, again, the inexperienced goaltender, but they were weak on defense and didn't show a lot up front in the 2 games here.
Not really, no. No, they did not have, not the Seton team we're used to seeing, that's for sure.
Both teams back out on the ice. The Raiders huddled around goaltender Zach Long to our right, the west end, and the Blue Streaks at their bench around Coach Bobby Santamore and Jeff Sova. Good first period, and the Raiders have to figure out a way, 2 things to
beat
negate
the forecheck.
And if by doing that, that would negate some of that quickness, because looks like their Saratoga strategy, if they haven't got that odd man rush, we haven't got the wheels, because they're just going to dump it in, put it down low, and make the Raiders work for it. But when they break out their own end, they mean Saratoga. When they break out, when they can go from, say, D to D or D to that forward, they're dangerous because they really are quick, and they stretch the wide wing. They send the weak side guy coming across the middle, and it's created some problems for the Raider defense right now. But we'll see if Massena's made some adjustments here in this period.
Raiders will come out with that Farmer line. No, wait a minute. Matt Hazel's line out there. Andy Girard will step out to play wing, along with Spanky Seacott. So we've seen quite a few combinations this weekend already. Barkley and Nightingale are the 2 defensemen. It's going to be Chris Payne's line, Dave O'Connor, Greg Gosier on the wings, and I think it's going to be Duffy and Eustace at the points. Yep, off the face. Seacott gets a piece of it, can't knock it down, and it's dumped in the Massena zone and goes in the net. Well, that took a funny bounce. Zach was out of the net. I don't know where he was. And he went, I guess, back because he thought it was going to go around the boards to stop it. And it took a funny bounce, and it's 3-0 for Saratoga. And remember seeing a goal similar to that in a state playoff game against Oswego, only Massena was the recipient. This time it's Saratoga.
You'll go, takes a long while to...
Uh-oh, we're going to have a change in goaltender here.
Saratoga defenseman just dumping it in. The draw came back to him. He just wanted to dump it in from his side of the red line, and Zach Long was going to read it that it was going to go right along the dash around the corner, but it hit something right at the end of the Saratoga bench, took a strange hop, came off at about a 45-degree angle, and instead of, as Zach's looking into the corner for the puck to come around the boards, it was behind him and went in the wide open net.
Phil Eustace gets the goal. That'll be the easiest one he gets all year. And we have a change in goaltender as Nathaniel Smythe comes into play for Massena. Off the face-off, puck back in the Massena zone. Barkley will lug it out. Adam Barkley takes it from the red line, bangs it deep in Saratoga territory. Raiders bounding in there, trying to put some pressure on. The puck is Hazel in behind, trying to go to Spanky Seacott. He battles for it with the defenseman Duffy. Comes to Hazel along the boards, but O'Connor will move it ahead to Chris Payne. Payne, nice headman to Gosier. Gosier taken out of the play, and Andy Girard picks it up, flips it ahead out to center ice. Puck dumped right back in the Massena zone. Nightingale picks it up, off the boards, out to center ice. Uh-oh, too many men on the ice. They caught him. The Blue Streaks were right in the middle of a line change, and I'll tell you, Bobby Santamore is not a happy camper right now and it's not because the penalty was called. He is reaming somebody on his bench out.
Yeah, that's, you've got to be on the same page. It's those little things. You got to know who's up next. Line B is out there, and if you're going to come with line C, well, the guys on line C have to know, all right, my man is so-and-so. It's number 10, and two guys thought number 10 was their man. They both jumped on.
Right off the face-off. They haven't put the penalty time up yet. That's what the whistle was for.
Was there an assist on that goal? Did he give an assist?
If it would be,
the center. If it.
Okay. We'll find out on that. We know it's Eustace who got the goal. Here comes Meacham. Massena on the power play. Meacham in behind the net. Couldn't get the shot off. And the puck comes around the boards to the blue line. Trickles out to center ice. Back in, back out again. Delay offsides. Raiders clear the zone, but the puck goes back in behind the net and is picked up by Sam Brewer. Brewer clears it down the ice for the Massena for the Blue Streaks, and in behind the net is picked up by Travis Durant. Raiders on the power play. Another minute to go on the power play. Head man out to center ice. Into the zone it goes. DiAgostino racing in after it. He comes up with it. DiAgostino flips it around the boards for Drew Wonke. Wonke stops it at the blue line. Dumps it in behind for DiAgostino, gets away from him, and it's picked up on the defense, and around the horn it goes. Down the ice, and another clear by the Blue Streaks.
Raiders have not had a shot on goal in this power play. Have they?
Nope, they have not. They haven't really even had any pressure on this power play. Here's Meacham with it. He dumps it. Goes in behind the net. Ward trying to come up to it. Now Barkley pinches in. Kept in by the Raiders momentarily, and now the Streaks dump it down the ice, and Smythe, who is in playing goal now, will have to pick it up. He leaves it for Nightingale. Nightingale flips it to Barkley. Barkley's long head man for Ward goes by him, back into the Streak zone, bounces back out to center ice. Slack flips it on the backhand into Streaks territory. They move it ahead. Payne out to center ice. Here's Payne. Headman pass. O'Connor takes it across for the Streaks, wide off wing side. He drops it. Nightingale's there to pick it up from Massena. Moves it along the boards, but not out of the zone. Puck kept in there by the Streaks. Barkley will try now. He stops, side of the net. Looks for his wing. Clint Kerwin. Kerwin, long headman pass. He's got Slack, and Slack couldn't catch it. He almost would have been in by himself, but he turned the wrong way and couldn't come up with it. The puck comes back to the blue line, not out of the zone, still in the zone. Slack gets a backhander from the blue line, and the save is made, and the Raiders get their first shot on net of the period, but it wasn't a dangerous one at all.
Jeffrey Slack would have been in all alone if the pass would have been another foot or so ahead. It was in behind him, and as he turned around and played it off the boards, that was enough to allow the Saratoga defenseman to get back and force him to a bad angle. But just had word that Matt Robidoux picked up a possible concussion in that first period, and I wondered when he ran into number 12, Justin Bergen at center
Off the draw, Carroll's shot blocked, kept in at the point by Park, and the puck goes in the corner, bounces to Park again. He'll center it, deflected right on. Oh, and he couldn't get a stick on it. That was Shane Farmer, and the puck cleared out to center ice. Down the ice it goes. Here's Jesse Gavin. He goes wide, sharp angle, fired it across the goal mouth, and Nat Smythe will glove it as it's going by and hold on for the faceoff.
Raiders came within an eyelash. Sean Kellogg to right of goaltender Payne with a couple of guys on him, feathered it right across the crease, and Shane Farmer was there. If he gets his stick on that, he's got 3/4 of an empty net, but fortunately for Saratoga, he didn't get a stick on it. We mentioned Matt Robidoux will not play the rest of the afternoon.
Off the faceoff. Puck in behind the net. Hearn goes to Wonke. Wonke gets tied up, tries to come free. Hearn comes in to help out. Chaz Hearn moves it ahead into the circle, and it's cleared by Power out to center ice. Seacott after it there. Right back to Hazel in the Massena zone. Hazel flips it ahead on the wing. Saratoga territory. The Blue Streaks come up with it, slide it inside Massena territory. Back after it there, the Red Raiders. As they try to clear it out of the zone, they get tied up. And the Blue Streaks putting a lot of pressure on right now, but it bounces by and down the ice, and the Raiders catch a little bit of a break there. Puck comes in behind. After it is Jim Fitzpatrick. Seacott takes him into the boards, but Fitzpatrick comes up with a puck. He's still got it behind his net. And Seacott, trying to bother him, comes to the blue line. Hearn keeps it in and flips it in the corner. Here's Andy Girard, knocked by him. and it trickles to the blue line. Gerard waves at it, but it's out to center ice. Wonky, and the puck is underneath the Saratoga player, and the whistle blows.
Eric Seacott, all 5'6", 157 pounds about there. I'll tell you, he gives you an honest effort when he's out there. He's hustling all the time and trying to still instill some life into this kind of dormant Raider club up to this point, doing some excellent forechecking.
He works hard, that's for sure. No doubt about that for the Massena Red Raiders. Off the face-off, the puck goes high in the air, out to center ice. Streaks control, that's O'Connor. He's rubbed into the boards. Puck just trickles inside the Massena zone, right back out. And right back in again, in behind the net. Ben Nightingale with it. He'll drop it over on the other side, gets it right back again from Barkley. He'll go right back to Barkley. This time it's going to go around to Kerwin. Kerwin at the 45 drops for Barkley, has it poked away. Here's a chance for Payne. Quick shot, he fired it just wide. Good forechecking pressure by the Streaks. Massena again running around a bit, but the puck goes out to center ice. And the whistle will blow as the Streaks are called for controlling with a high stick.
Adam Barkley and Ben Nightingale playing catch with that puck back there, probably threw at least 2 passes to each other, and then when they did try to come up on one side, number 96, Chris Payne, stepped in and picked it off the stick and almost had an excellent scoring opportunity, just rolled it wide.
Off the face-off, puck bouncing around center ice. David Park trying to barge his way through. It's poke checked away from him and back inside Massena territory. Carroll tries a clear. Knocked away. Here's a chance in front. The shot blocked. Sits in the circle. They whack at it. And finally, it's clear to the blue line and out to center ice. Back in again. We're going to have an offsides as soon as they touch the puck. And they do. And the whistle blows. And the face-off will move outside. So it's a 3-0 lead for the Blue Streaks on the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard. A fluke goal, giving them that third goal. But they've controlled play in the second as well.
Yes, they have. A real strange goal. That third. We won't see one like that for another decade, probably.
Raiders, Park with the puck. Headman on the stick of Farmer. He deflects it right on, and the goaltender, Mark Payne, is going to cover up as he had Farmer kind of busting in on him.
Mark Payne hasn't been too busy here this afternoon. 2 shots, 2 saves in the first period, and then unofficially the Raiders have only generated 2 shots here in the second, and we've played about 6 minutes, almost 6 minutes of the second period, shy 8 seconds. So
not much offensive pressure for the Raiders at all. Puck comes back to the blue line, bounces out to center ice, poke checked into the Massena zone. Wonky after it, has it knocked away. It'll trickle in on Smythe, and he's going to cover up and hold on for the face-off.
Raiders do not look sharp, but we must give some of that credit to the Saratoga Blue Streaks that I think their quickness is beginning to show. Well, not only beginning, it has shown through
absolutely.
After the first maybe 4 or 5 minutes of this game.
Yeah, Massena really is kind of standing around, and again, you got to give the Streaks a lot of credit for that. Raiders have Hazel out there now trying to move it around the boards. Doesn't clear the zone. Here's a shot, and Nat Smythe makes the save and holds on as he was running into some pressure right in front.
Nat's first true save. That was about a 59.5-footer from Sam Brewer back in that right point, and Nats had to stop a couple easy ones, but that's his toughest one since coming in at the 10-second mark of the second period, replacing Zach Long.
Tim Ream out there to take the face-off against Matt Hazel. Off the draw. Puck in behind the net. Raiders look to move it around. Drew Wonky with it. Wonky's headman. Goes to Gerard. Hard check thrown there on Hazel. Right back come the Blue Streaks. Into the zone it goes. Bounces side of the net. Wonky, he'll wrap it around on the other side. Travis Durant, he'll come up to Spanky Seacott. Seacott moves it out to center ice. That time the Raiders moved it out pretty good. And here comes Hazel busting in the left wing. Can't get the shot off though as Eric Rubin gets back to break it up. Gerard pokes at it. It bounces free. And here come the Blue Streaks out to center ice again. Here's an opportunity for Mike Payne. Takes it across. Here's Payne in the corner now. Barkley trying to knock him off the puck. And he does momentarily. The puck squirts free and Barkley picks it up. Barkley, he dumps it. That's going to go right on net. So no icing called, and the save is made by Mark Payne, and he's going to leave it for his defenseman. That is Kyle Redden. Redden moves it out to center ice. Here's Barkley. Barkley bangs it off the boards. Taken by Payne. That's Chris Payne. His shot from center ice into the corner. Picked up by Nightingale. For Massena, waved at it. Looked to clear, and he just knocked it off. Didn't even get much of it. But now the Raiders will move Barkley. Barkley leading the attack, 3-on-2. Goes ahead to Kerwin. Kerwin drops, nice one to Barkley. Can't get the shot off, though. Trickles in front. Backhander shot, save made, and a good one. Best chance Massena's had all night. The puck's still free. Here's a chance in front. Kerwin trying to go to Slack. He can't get the shot off. Kerwin picks it up. Shot. Score! Clint Kerwin. And the Raiders, with their first real good sustained pressure, get a goal out of it.
First sustained pressure in number 17, Clint Kerwin, who had just prior to that had a great opportunity as he and Adam Barkley teamed up. Didn't click on it. The puck went in the corner to the left of Payne, and Kerwin found it, and all that melee worked his way out of the corner and right out in front. Initial shot, and he picked up his own rebound and blasted it by goaltender Mark Payne, and the Raiders sorely needed that.
Absolutely, and it's a 3-1 game now. Raiders poke checking the puck, and it's flipped into the zone by Sean Kellogg. Back after it, Mark Duffy. Ward and Slack pick up the assist, by the way. In the corner, Kellogg battles for it, has it knocked away again by Duffy, and here comes Duffy. He's going to lead the attack. From the red line, just dumps in the Massena zone. Stopped in behind by Smythe. He leaves it for Park. Park trying to rip it around the boards, knocked away. It comes to Kellogg. He bangs it down the ice, but it touched somebody. Icing waved off. See if that puts a little step into the Raiders' skating there. Puck in the corner. Payne with it. Trying to move it ahead. Bounces free in front, but it's cleared out to center ice. Picked up and dumped right back in the zone there by Brian Carroll for the Red Raiders. Back after it. Mark Duffy to the blue line. Out, in. It's going to be an offsides, but it clears out to center ice. Drew Wonky ahead to Power. He waves at it. Can't get it. Bounces down the ice. That's got to be an icing call against the Blue Streaks. And the Raiders sorely needed that goal. And with 6:12 remaining in the second period, it is Saratoga 3, Massena 1.
That line of Ward, Slack, and Kerwin had such a prolific night last night with 7 points. Have got the Raiders on the board here. Clint Kerwin is third of the year from Joe Ward and Jeff Slack. That coming at the 7:45 mark of the second period.
Hazel will take the face-off for Massena against Cicchini. Around the boards it goes and out to center ice. There's going to be a foot race for the puck. Wonky, does he have the angle on it? He's got the check, and he knocks the puck free in behind the net. Now they tie it up there, Hearn and Wonky, along with the forward, that is Jesse Gavin. So we'll have a face-off in the Massena zone.
And this unit for the Raiders, Matt Hazel with Eric Seacott, and now number 11, Andy Gerard, playing on one wing as Scott Power is taking Matt Robidoux' spot. As every time they've been out here today, they've had a little jump in their stride.
Off the face-off, here comes Slack, trying to battle through a check, and he couldn't come up with it. It's taken away, and Mike Payne dumps it back in the Massena zone. In behind the net, Wonky with it, clears it around the boards. The puck bounces free, and it's picked up there by Kerwin. There's going to be a penalty. Here comes Slack. Nice head man by Kerwin. Slack takes it in behind, hit the side of the net. With his centering pass, the whistle blows as Saratoga touches, and the Raiders will go on the power play.
It's going to be a holding call against the Saratoga Blue Streaks. We'll see who's coming to the gate.
Happened in the offensive zone, too, for Saratoga.
Shaking his head, but can't pick up the number just yet. But I think it's going to be number 5. But my guess is no, it's not. It's number... Turn around here, son, so we can find number 15. Well, I had part of it right. That's Aaron Cowanson.
Cowanson, who's the converted defenseman, picks up the penalty. Puck back in the Massena zone off the faceoff. Raiders on the power play. Barkley circles in behind his own net. Aggressive forward check. Here's Joe Ward with it. Drops to Barkley. Barkley, his head man intercepted. Right back across the blue line. Here's an opportunity for Payne. Barkley has to sprawl and poke check to knock it down. Bodies flying around in the Massena zone. Barkley breaks out. Here comes Barkley. Adam Barkley down the off wing. He'll dump it. Puck bounces in behind the net. Stopped by the goaltender, Payne. He leaves it in the corner. Ward will pick it up. Joe Ward with it as Massena sets up. Ward goes to Slack. Slack, cross-ice pass intercepted. And back the other way comes Mike Payne. Payne breaks in, makes a good move on Barkley, takes it in front, shot hit the side of the net. And the puck bounces in front, Slack picks it up. Good save by goaltender Nat Smythe. Now the puck poke checked away again. Massena's power play woes continue. Barkley flips it to Nightingale. Nightingale back to Barkley. Barkley steps by the check. Flips it back on the other side. Raiders are bottled up in their own end on the power play. Now the puck picked up there. Here's a chance for Payne. That's the other Payne, Chris Payne in the corner. Wasting time now with 3 seconds left. And the puck comes in behind the net. Here's a short side attempt, but it's knocked wide. And finally, Nightingale picks it up, bounces it off the glass out to center ice, dumped back in. And it trickles around the boards. Barkley, the slack, and he'll dump it down the ice. That's going to be icing against Massena. You know who should be declining penalties?
Yeah, oh boy, that combination, the first combination they had out there, Mike Payne and Tim Rain did an excellent job. They had the Raiders bottled up. In fact, Mike Payne had a glorious scoring opportunity, and then they send out number 5 Gozier along with number 96 Chris Payne, and they duplicated the first duo's feat.
In fact, the puck spent most of the time in the Massena zone in that power play. The Raiders' power play has just been horrendous this year. Now Wonky kind of threw it away. The puck goes bouncing into the corner. In behind the Wonky again. He dipsy-doodles with it, takes it out into the corner. Poke checked away, trying to stay with it. Good pressure by Saratoga. Puck bounces free in behind the net. Meacham. Eric Meacham with the puck off the glass. Doesn't clear the puck. Here's an opportunity in front. The shot. Save made Smythe, and he'll cover up for the face-off. And again, the Raiders can't get out of their own end.
You know, Jerry, that power play you mentioned is so horrendous. There's basically 4 or 5 things you do in a power play. You move the puck, you move without the puck, you go to the net where you screen and try to deflect, and you shoot the puck. Those are, you know, and I'm not quite sure the Raiders are guilty of a couple of those things. Probably screening and the point men not getting that shot on net when they do gain the offensive zone.
Of course, that time they didn't gain the offensive zone.
No, they didn't. That's right. Just we have to credit that to excellent forechecking by the opposition.
Absolutely. Puck around the boards, Park with it, gets a weak shot off. It's deflected by Power in behind the net. Puck in the Saratoga zone. Raiders trying to get something going, and they keep it in momentarily. Now it trickles out to center ice. And it's poke check down inside Massena territory, bounces in, and it's picked up by David Park, who rips it around the boards for Scott Power. Power can't catch up with it, comes back to Park. He looks up ice. His pass goes off a face shield, back out to center ice. Back in the zone it goes. Picked up there by Brian Carroll, bangs it off the boards. Power has it knocked away. Puck sits at the blue line, back in the zone. Carroll after it, he waved at it, then gets a piece of it, and it's dumped right on down the ice, and the save made by Mark Payne, and it hold on for the face-off with Power busting in on him. 2:26 remaining in the second period on the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard. It's 3-1 Saratoga.
And the Blue Streaks getting theirs early, the 10-second mark. Phil Eustace, we think it's unassisted. We'll check that out. And the Raiders at 7:45, Clint Kerwood from Joe Ward and Jeffrey Slack.
Face off inside Saratoga territory, off the draw. The puck along the boards. We've got Hazel's line out there. Hazel battling for now Andy Girard. He flips it in behind for Seacott. Seacott has it knocked away. Moving it around is Rubin, doesn't clear. Here's Girard with it, knocked away from him, and back the other way comes Mike Payne. Here's Payne. He's got Cowison with him, trying to feed it, but it's wide in the corner. Puck comes bouncing in behind, and it's still Saratoga. They got a man in front. Payne shot, save. Rebound bounces just wide in the corner. Picked up there by Mike Payne. He flips it in behind. And it's going to be Seacott ripping it around the boards to Andy Girard. Girard looks up ice, trying to bang it ahead, doesn't clear the zone. Bounces just inside. Picked up again, this time by the Massena defense. And finally, Durant will move it out. Head man pass, knocked down. Seacott trying to chase it down. He can't. And the Blue Streaks move it back out again. Here's Hearn with it, over to Girard. Here's Andy. He'll just flip it in the zone. I think the Raiders will try to make a change here in a moment. The puck around the boards and down the ice it goes. That'll be an icing call against Saratoga, as that shift had been out there a long time.
Big save by Nathaniel Smythe. The Raiders cannot afford at this stage to give Saratoga another goal right now. I mean, they cut it back to 2-goal margin, and the Raiders guilty in their own end, turning it over, and it was number 15, Cowanson, right out in front, and Nathaniel Smythe staying up on his feet, staying square to the shooter, through traffic, came up with that big save, and
off the face-off, puck sits there. After it, here's Quint Kerwin, shot right on, and the save made. So far, this has been the only line that's been effective for Massena tonight.
And they really haven't tested goaltender Mark Payne that much. They've got 6 or 7 shots this period, but nothing of any threatening nature. So we don't know how strong he is. But again, that big save by Smythe.
Off the face-off, it comes to Park at the blue line. He'll flip it into the open wing. Racing for it there is Slack. Slack bangs it for Ward. Ward circles. Here's Ward right across the goal mouth. Nobody there to put a stick on it. Good idea. It didn't work. Here's Kerwin with it. Kerwin goes to Slack. Here's Slack in the circle. Takes it in behind the net. Dipsy doodles with it. It squirts free. And Ward can't come up with it. Park keeps it in nicely. Here's Park in the corner to Ward. Ward has it knocked away, but Kerwin's there. Kerwin steps by a check. It's knocked down. The puck bounces free, and down the ice it goes. And that's going to go right on, so there will be no icing. Carroll with a puck. He'll rip it around the boards. It'll come ahead to Kerwin. Kerwin trying to leave it there. It's knocked away. That good Saratoga forecheck again. They move it right in front of the net. It bounces free, and the Raiders will pick it up. Here comes Slack with 22 seconds left. Winds up. His shot. Save made. Comes back to Park. He winds up. His shot, not very much on it, and the puck goes into the corner. They keep it in the zone nicely. Here's Carroll, steps by one check, in the circle, in front shot, oh, just wide. Great opportunity by Massena there with 7 seconds left, and oh, would that have been a big goal?
Oh, Anthony D'Agostino, 15 feet out in front, and Brian Carroll put it out, and Anthony triggered in a hurry, but just fired it wide. And just prior to that, Jeffrey Slack with a cannon that, fortunately for Payne, it was right at him. Either side, that's got him beat. Looks like the Raiders picking up a penalty. Is it a bench penalty?
Too many men. I thought that might be it. Massena got caught on the same thing. 7 seconds left in the period.
Steve Menkes is going to serve the penalty, but tell you that Raiders have generated a little bit of life here in that last inning. And going back, if they're able to come back, that big save that Smythe made when it was 3-1.
Absolutely. Off the draw. 6 seconds left. Puck inside the Massena's, or inside the Saratoga zone. Trickles to Hearn, and he just kind of dipsy doodles to waste the period. So both teams coming up with a goal in the second period, and a really tough break goal for Saratoga that put Massena in a 3-0 hole, but the Raiders did come back to get one, and it's 3-1. And if it hadn't been for that fluke goal, it'd be 3-2 or 2-1, and a close hockey game. Our broadcast. Oh, go ahead.
That was a strange goal. You won't see one like that for a long, long time. Right off the draw, starting the period, and it came back to the Saratoga defenseman. He just wanted to dump it in. He fired it at his own bench over there, and Zach Long, anticipating it's going to run along the dasher, around the corner, back of the net. He steps out. It didn't. It hit. It took a strange bounce, and about a 45, and everyone else could see it except Zach, because he was waiting for it to come around the boards. Never got there. It came right into the wide open net, and after that, Coach Long made a change. The Raiders got one back, 7:45 mark. Clint Kerwood from Joe Ward and Jeff Slack.
And that's been the line that's been effective for Massena, that Ward line. And that was Clint, his third goal of the year. He had one last night as well. So our broadcast brought to you by Nationwide Insurance, the White Adams Agency at 229 East Orvis Street in Massena. By Massena Savings and Loan, 255 Main Street, Massena. By Coca-Cola, sponsors of the Power Flow Power Goal Contest. I'm not sure if we're ever going to give away any Powerade this season. The Massena Power Play has been horrendous. Also, Seaway Orthopedics, Outer Andrew Street in Massena. North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillip Street, Massena. Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant. Massena Optics, 55 Main Street, downtown Massena. Homestead Dairies, West Hatfield in the corner of North Main and Maple. Massena Building Supply, 70 Water Street, downtown Massena. And by the members of the CCOM Federal Credit Union, Stern Street in Massena. 3-1 the score. The Blue Streaks of Saratoga leading Massena. The Raiders will have to try to kill a penalty as we start the third period as well for too many men on the ice.
Yeah, and they Raiders did pick it up after that goal that they scored at the 7:45 mark. They got a little more.
That you're in. Wow.
Yeah, it mentally is it's tough as well as physically. But again, these kids are young, and years ago. You didn't see that as much. Today, the advent of television, the pros all the time, a goaltender, muffs a couple or doesn't look quite sharp. The coach pulls them in 2 seconds, takes them out, and a lot of times puts them back in again.
Yeah, I've seen that happen a few times.
And sometimes it's done for, a motivational, psychological aspect. But as you mentioned, Coach Long probably wasn't too happy with one, if not maybe both those goals in the first period, and the one that set him off was that third goal. And
He didn't wait any longer.
Didn't wait any longer.
No.
Son or not, you're seeing the end of the bench. So, and it's Nathaniel Smythe has held the fort here and given the Raiders an opportunity.
Like you said, he made that one real super save.
Big save at the clutch time, and it's timing is so important. You know, you can make a lot of saves when you're ahead to 8-0, things like that. But when you've got to make that big one, when you're already down 3 and you've cut it to 2, that's the time you want that goaltender to come up, and Nathaniel did. So we'll see what happens here in the third period. I understand via the grapevine there might have been some smoke coming out of that Raider locker room in between periods. I don't know how true that is. But
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I'm sure that Coach Long is not all that pleased with the way they're playing thus far, but they did get better in the second period.
Yes, room for improvement, and they have improved from the first period. But this, again, the high school youngsters, it's bound to happen. And again, we should give credit where credit is due. These guys out here in the dark blue, trimmed with white uniforms.
Yeah, they're not 6-1 for nothing.
That's right. They're not 6-1 for nothing. Yep. A good hockey club. Coach Bobby Sanamore has got them operating on all 8 cylinders, and they're 15 minutes away from claiming this championship.
But that's the key. Still 15.
Still 15 minutes. That's right. A lot of time.
So the Raiders have to try to kill a penalty here. Out the face-off, Matt Hazel taking it. He and Seacott out there right now, along with Hearn and Travis Durant. Puck goes back in the Saratoga zone. They've got their big unit out there, the Payne unit. Payne out there with O'Connor and Gosier. Puck in behind. Chaz Hearn whacks at it. It went off a body. Now Durant will say, well, that side didn't work. Let's go down the other way. And he does, down the left side of the rink, and down the ice it goes.
And did you see number 20 out there? It was like a ping pong ball. He ran into 14, bounced off, but right back up on his feet.
Spanky Seacott doing a good job for Massena. The puck comes to Chaz, winds up and golfs it down the ice. Bounces. And back come the Blue Streaks to pick it up again. That's Eric Rubin with it. And he's got Joe Ward now as Ward and Kerwin come out to kill the penalty, or try to. Puck in the zone. Here's Chris Payne. Payne working on Hearn. He gets by him. Here's Payne, skates it in behind the net. Looked like he might try to go in front, but didn't. Payne still got it. With that puck on a string. Payne goes back to the point. Gets it back again at 45. Feeds it right away. Bounces right in front. Big save by Smythe on the deflection. And they had the man in front. That was Mike Payne, and a beautiful deflection. And Nat Smythe saw it at the last second, got his knee down and blocked it.
Bigger save. We raved about the one he made before. That was just super on a deflection. Number 14, Mike Payne. A nice deflection to the left. Nathaniel Smythe. That was headed for the left corner. Somehow he got that leg out there. Great save.
Face off inside Massena territory. Puck skates in front, Park trying to clear it. Comes out by the blue line. Raiders control. Kerwin backhands it down the ice. 10 seconds left in the power play. So big save for Nathaniel Smythe, keeping the Blue Streaks off the scoreboard thus far. Puck comes out by the blue line, out to center ice. They battle for it. Finally, it's picked up by Payne. Payne flips it ahead to Ream. Ream centers it. Puck cleared into the corner. Bounces to the other Payne. That's Chris Payne, who's still out there. Bounces around the boards. It'll come to Kerwin. Kerwin trying to leave it. Knocked away to the blue line. Still out. Finally, Ward takes it. Nice move. Joe Ward's all by himself, though, as the Raiders make a line change. And the puck is dumped up into the penalty box. Some good hustle by Joe Ward that time.
As far as the Raiders are concerned, number 14 and number 96 for the Blue Streaks are a couple of Paynes. Chris Payne and Mike Payne. And,
not bad, Coach.
They are pretty good hockey players.
Yeah, they are. Farmer's out there now for Massena. Shane Farmer, Sean Kellogg, and Scott Powers moved up to play the wing for Matt Robert, who has a possible concussion.
Go, Red!
It's the Cicchini line out there for the Streaks. Puck comes to Chaz Hearn. He throws it away. Here comes Saratoga across the blue line. Cicchini gets a weak shot, and the save made easily by Smythe. Puck goes in behind the net to the side of the net. Smythe is going to cover it up as Massena defense didn't look too good in that little exchange.
12:58 left in this hockey game. The Saratoga Blue Streaks up by 2, 3-1 face-off to the right of Nathaniel Smythe.
Off the draw. Puck comes to Kellogg. He's rubbed into the boards. Bounces free. Farmer trying to get it out. He doesn't. Here's the shot. That's wide. Bounces in behind. Travis Durant picks it up from Massena. Quick outlet pass to Power, and he pokes it down the ice. Trickles to the blue line of the Streaks, and they move it right back. And Hearn waves at it again, but going by him, here's an opportunity for Gavin. Short side shot goes in the back of the mesh, and the face-off will come inside apparently Massena territory.
12:33, and I still haven't seen that unit of Meacham, Cameron, and DeAgostino out there yet. Let's see who comes out next for the. Coming back, it's the Hazel line.
Hazel. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, I'm not either, but we'll wait and see. It's 2.5 minutes, and
we haven't seen the first line yet. Here's a shot through traffic. Oh, nice save, Smythe. It sits in front of him, and he holds on. Whoa! And somebody's shaking his head, Greg Gosier, and he's going, oh, no! He just couldn't get a stick on it.
Through traffic from the point, Nathaniel Smythe saw it at the last second, made the save, but the rebound as he was down on his backside, he couldn't reach out. It was about a foot away from him, and somehow at the last second, he was able to pull it in.
Face off Massena's zone, goes back to the blue line. Here's another shot, it's blocked. The puck bounces free. Another shot goes bouncing wide, and Andy Girard will pick it up. Girard drops it for Park. Park moves it ahead, down the ice. That's going to be icing against Massena as Hazel banged at it, moves it down the ice.
Blue Streaks won the draw cleanly back to the point, and that's always trouble as the big defenseman, number 7 for the Streaks, Eric Rubin, wound up sliding across the ice like a miniature Zamboni. Number 20, Eric Seacott, blocking that shot. Gives you a lot of hustle, a lot of effort, a lot of determination, a lot of heart.
Ward's line back out for Massena. Face off left side, off the draw. Puck comes in behind the net. Travis Durant with it. Moves it around the boards. The puck knocked into the corner. Clint Kerwin picks it up. Kerwin trying to clear the zone, doesn't. Puck comes bouncing in behind the net. Around the horn and out to center ice. Dumped right back in Massena territory. Durant's there. Moves it ahead to Slack. Jeffrey Slack fakes, trying to go by. Ward follows up, flips it in front, but it's knocked away. And back the other way comes Chris Payne. Payne has it swept away. Across the blue line and in behind the net it goes. To the side, Smythe leaves it there for Durant. Now Hearn takes a whack at it to Durant. He flips it around the boards to the blue line, not out of there. Dump back in behind the net, goes to the side of the net, right in the slot. But nobody saw it until Hearn picks it up and flips it ahead. Now here's a foot race for it. Kerwin racing for it along with Duffy. Kerwin and Duffy. Kerwin comes up with it. He's going to be called for controlling with a high stick, apparently. Somebody touched it with a high stick on the way through.
Again, we've played almost close to 4 minutes of this third period. I haven't seen the big unit out there, and I'm not sure I've seen number 2 and number 7 out there
we haven't seen any of Massena starting 5. Apparently, Coach Long is mad at him. Okay, here comes Power with it, skating in, centering in front, and the shot, and it's blocked. Good opportunity there for Shane Farmer, but the shot was blocked. Puck bounces free, back into Saratoga territory, back after it. Kyle Redden, still 3-1 in favor of Saratoga. Redden in the corner, throws it away. Bouncing puck out by the blue line, nobody there, and out to center ice, it's Mike Payne with it. And he'll just backhand it. It's going to come right in on Smythe. He leaves it. Raiders look to move it, don't clear the zone, kept in at the point. Back after it there is Brian Carroll. Carroll starts out. Carroll's going to lug it himself, takes it to center ice. Head man goes to Kellogg off the end of his stick, trying to chase it down, he can't. Puck kept in there though. Here's Farmer. Farmer battles in the corner, has it knocked away. Power gets a piece of it, but now it's cleared along the boards. Back out is Kellogg, winds up, shot is blocked. Out to the blue line, center ice, and here come the Streaks. Knocked away nicely by David Park with that long reach. Puck back in the zone. Brewer has it stolen away by Power. Back out, back in Andy Girard. And we'll have a whistle and a face-off. And the Ward line comes, no, wait a minute. I thought they were going to come out, but no. It's going to be the
Hazel line.
Hazel line, yeah.
The Raiders holding their own on the score sheet, but not generating much offense. Blue Streaks out shooting them 6-0 so far in this period.
Off the face-off, controlled by the Streaks. And it's dumped in the zone, and around the boards it goes. Girard waiting for it. He throws a check. The puck stays in there and bounces in behind. Hearn shovels it around the boards. Back to the blue line, kept in by the Streaks. They whack at it in the corner. We haven't seen Drew Wonky either this period. Interesting strategy. Now Seacott poke checks it out to center ice. Mark Duffy with it, has it knocked away by Hazel. Back across the blue line, poke checked free. Hearn after it, whacks at it. bounces by everybody back in the streak zone. After it there is Duffy. And what do we got? We're going to have an interference call on Saratoga. Raiders will go on the power play.
9:23 left, and Saratoga is going to pick up that interference call. We'll see. Here comes the Ward Slack Kerwin line out there, and David Park and looks like Brian Carroll on the points. Raiders desperately need one right here to cut that 2-goal margin in half. Face off deep in the Saratoga end to the right of goaltender Mark Payne.
Off the draw, Ward trying to control it, comes back to the blue line, kept in nicely by Brian Carroll, flips it in behind the net, cleared around the boards and picked up by Mike Payne. Payne starts it out, and he'll just dump it for the Blue Streaks. David Park in after it. Here's Park behind his own net, gets tied up. Ward comes up with a puck. Here's Joe Ward, starts it out. Headman to Slack. Jeffrey Slack takes it across, stops out by the blue line. Here's Slack. To Park, back to Slack. Slack goes in behind for Joe Ward. Ward has it knocked away. Puck clear to the blue line. Carroll's got it. Quick snapshot, side of the net. Slack in front, then he takes it behind. Don't know why. Comes to Ward. He'll clear it to the blue line. Park trying to shovel it in. Throws a check, stays with it. Bouncing puck, still in there. Finally, Payne comes up with it and shovels it down the ice.
Jeffrey Slack had a good opportunity to walk out from that short side. He elected to go behind the net.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Here's Carroll with it now. Brian Carroll goes to Park. Park's headman on the stick of Ward. Still 20 seconds in the power play. Ward flips it to Slack, but too far. Jeffrey chasing in after it, throws a check. The puck still free. Now it's picked up by Payne. Payne looks and finds the hole. Down the ice it goes, and Nat has to make a save, as a matter of fact. 9 seconds left in the power play.
That's one more save than Payne's had to make on this power play.
You betcha. Here comes Slack trying to take it across to Kerwin. Kerwin to Slack in front. Shot, score! Nice goal. It's not a power play. The power play had elapsed, but it is a beautiful goal. Three-way passing play. Ward to Kerwin to Slack, who finished upstairs, and the Raiders make it a 3-2 game.
Gotta stay with it, gotta stay with it. Persistence paid off, and that time it did. The Raiders, Jeffrey Slack brought it across the blue line, lost it, but Clint Kerwin stayed with it, and Jeffrey Slack then went to the net and had a defenseman draped all over him. Kerwin put it right across the crease area, and Slack knocked it in. Big goal, great goal for the Raiders.
Here comes Farmer with it, in the zone, dumps it in behind to Sean Kellogg. Kellogg centering pass, right in front, the shot right on, and the goalie's got it underneath him. He's looking, but it's underneath him.
He's looking, and he's looking behind him. Mark Payne, boy, the Saratoga Blue Streaks right back on their heels. I think that was the first Raider shot on goal, and they scored on it. Jeffrey is Slack, and that's Jeffrey's 5th of the year. He got 3 last night. Clint Kerwin and Joe Ward picking up the assist at the 7:09 mark.
Off the face-off, Streaks control to center ice. Here they come again. David O'Connor with it. O'Connor gets the shot, it's blocked, it trickles in, and it's cleared to the blue line, but not out of the zone. Here's a quick snapshot, knocked down in front, they got a chance and they score. Saratoga gets it right back, and that makes it 4-2.
Trying to pick up the number, but he was all alone in front. The Raider back-checking wing. That's Grozier, number 5, gets the goal. Raiders failed to clear back to the point. The shot came in. Nathaniel Smythe made the save, but no one there to pick up the Grozier, number 5, and he just shoveled it in the open side, and the Streaks regained that 2-goal lead.
So that's the way to answer a goal, is to score one of your own, I guess. Chris Payne picks up an assist. Brewer also picking up assist. In behind the net. Puck comes free, picked up by Mike Payne. Payne moving it ahead. Now Carroll. In behind, picked up there by Mike Payne. He dumps it out to center ice. Park is there, over to Carroll. Carroll dumps it right back in the zone. In behind the net, stopped by Mark Payne, the goalie. Puck bounces free, comes back to Park. Quick snapshot, right on. Save made. Puck in behind. Here's a chance for Gerard, the backhander. Save made by goaltender Payne. Massena putting more pressure on in this period.
That goal for the Blue Streaks, they give it to number 4.
O'Connor
O'Connor got the goal from number 25. That's Sam Brewer, and number 96. That's Chris Payne. We initially had said Grozier, but it's O'Connor with a goal, and that's coming at the 7:26 mark. Just 16 seconds after the Raiders had brought it to within 1.
Here's a chance. Kerwin shot. Nice save. That was going for the shoulder, and a big save made by Mark Payne. Here comes Mike Payne, flipping it on the backhand in the Massena zone. 4-2 the score. Chaz Hearn with it, throws it away, and we have a whistle. We're going to have an interference call on the Blue Streaks. And what happened, as Nat Smythe came out to clear, or to stop the puck, he got caught out of his net. Hearn had the puck. He threw it right to the Saratoga player, who fired it at the open net, but the whistle blew. He missed it anyway. But there had been a penalty called.
It's on Cowens, and that's his second one. He keeps coming to the bench shaking his head, but they're claiming that he interfered with probably with goaltender Nathaniel Smythe. But the Raiders on a power play, 6:30, trailing by 2.
See if they can get one here. 6.5 left in the third period, 4-2. Saratoga leading, and we have yet to see the first line of Massena: Meacham, Cameron, DiAgostino, Barkley, Nightingale, or Wonky. I haven't seen any of them this period. The Raiders have managed to score a goal. Here they come again, Clint Kerwin. Kerwin goes in the corner, looking to set up the power play, goes to Slack behind the net, rips it around the boards, back to the point. Here's a chance in front, Ward in behind, a little bit too far. Slack couldn't quite get a piece of it, comes back to the point. Hearn with it, flips it in the corner, and he just bad pass, and down the ice it goes. Trying to get it to Kerwin, and he threw it on the stick to Saratoga instead. Here's Hearn with it. Headman pass, Slack will gather it. Slack leaves for Ward. Ward takes it to the 45, goes to Slack. Here's Jeffrey, steps in front, shot. Oh, another big save by Mark Payne. That was labeled for the corner, and Payne made a good one.
And Jeffrey coming down on his off wing, which is the left side, gives him that full net on the forehand, and he had more room to step out. He was at a pretty tough angle, and Payne stayed on the post and hugged the post. Jeffrey didn't realize that there was an opening. He could have stepped right out in front and had both sides of that net to choose from, but that makes it easier when you're coming down on that off wing.
6:01 left. Here's Power coming after it. Still 57 seconds in the power play. They go back to Carroll at the point. Carroll over to Park. Park's shot is deflected up into the wall. We'll have a face-off out by the blue line. 5:50 left, third period, and on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, 4-2 in favor of Saratoga.
I like Brian Carroll on that point. He's got that nice low shot. I'd try to feed it to him over there to get that thing rolling. He keeps it nice and low and usually gets it on net.
Face-off top of the circle. Bounces into the corner. There's a foot race for it. Comes back to Carroll at the point. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Out to center ice it comes. Down into the zone of Massena. In behind the net, Power after it there. He'll pick it up. Power drops it nicely for Park. Park's headman goes by everybody, and it's intercepted right there and dumped back in the Massena zone. In fact, right on Smythe. In behind the net it goes. Park with it. Park to Carroll. Carroll to Park. I'll tell you what, Mark Payne has made some great saves here in the last couple of minutes. It's going to be an icing on Massena as they fire it down the ice. And again, the power play, not too powerful.
Well, young David Park, again, only a sophomore, a lot of potential. And on those last two rushes, 5 men going up, and David just misfired on both of those attempts. First one a little behind the breaking forward, and that last one a little too far ahead and got the icing call.
Face off left side. Inside Massena territory. Raiders looking to move. That's Travis Durant. Flips it ahead, but too far. Durant gets it back again. This time he'll move it down to Andy Gerard. Gerard just moves it down the ice. Knocked right back to the Massena line. Durant again. He'll try Spanky Seacott. He flips it across the blue line. They bang at it. Seacott trying to come up with it. He can't. Comes back to Hearn at the point. Flips it in the corner, bounces by everybody, picked up by the Streaks, and down the ice it goes. Hearn got a piece of it, so it's not going to go far enough for icing. Durant after it. He'll backhand it ahead for Hearn. Hearn, headman, Seacott deflects it. It's going to trickle inside of the net. And I'll tell you what, Mark Payne says, I see Seacott coming at me. I'm going to cover it up. 4:33 left. Period number 3. 4-2 our score in favor of Saratoga.
And the Raiders pulled within 1 at the 7:09 mark. Jeff Slack to make it 3-2, but then the Blue Streaks just 17 seconds later. Dave O'Connor restoring that 2-goal lead, but the Raiders are not hanging this one. They're going right down to the wire.
Off the face-off. Puck in the corner behind the net. Around the boards it goes. Here's a check thrown by Kerwin. The puck bounces free, kept in by Park. He'll be called for gloving it. Good play, but you know, you're going to get called on that.
That's a hand pass. He did the only thing he could do, puck bouncing up in the air, and he tried to knock it down to himself, but I think Clint Kerwood touched it first. So face-off outside the Saratoga blue line.
Off the draw. Puck comes to Park. He whacks at it across the blue line, back out again. Back in again it goes. And finally it bangs out to center ice. Hard check thrown there by Ward, but here come the Streaks into the Massena zone. They get a man free. The shot's fired wide though. Clint Kerwin will pick up the loose puck. Kerwin flips ahead for Ward. Back to Kerwin. He's got Slack with him. Here's Kerwin. He gets taken out of the play nicely. Good back checking there by, let's see, that was Jesse Gavin. Puck dumped right back inside Streaks territory. Around the boards it comes to Eustace. Slack takes him out of the play. The puck squirts to Duffy. He'll start out right side. Doesn't clear. Now it comes out to center ice. And it goes to the Massena blue line. Right there is Brian Carroll. He'll go over on the other side to Park. Park's headman intercepted. Back in the zone it goes to lay off sides. And we'll have a whistle and a face-off with 3:30 left in the third period. And it's 4-2 Saratoga.
The Raiders playing against the clock right now. They're a big enemy, and they've got to change their philosophy just a little bit, especially on the defense. You're going to see the strong side defensemen stay in that line, little offensive line a little longer. They're gambled, down by 2. Got to have one in a hurry.
Here comes the Streaks again, back the other way into the Massena zone. Oh, nice move by Payne, but he lost his footing, gets back up again, but Farmer's there to pick it up. Flips it ahead to himself off the boards, and it trickles out to center ice. Dump back in the zone. Around the boards it goes. Kellogg trying to move it ahead, knocked away from him by Ream. Ream has it stolen away, and Kellogg flips it high in the air. Bounces down the ice, trickles in on Payne. He'll side it next to the net. Around the boards it goes. Bounces free. Power flips it. In behind it, Kellogg right across the goal mouth. Good play of Farmer, was pretty well tied up. Puck takes a funny bounce, kept in at the point by the Raiders momentarily. Now Saratoga moves it out to center ice. Hearn is beaten cleanly by Payne. His shot up over the net into the wall. And we'll have a face-off inside or outside the Massena zone.
There's that expression, stay strong on your stick. Not only strong on your skates, but strong on your stick. When you get in front of that opposing goal, you've got to be tough at that stick down there. Don't let the opposition knock you off you, or you get the stick up off the ice. And that's what happened to the Raider forward that time. Was in front, but just got muscled off the puck by blue streak defenseman.
And off the face-off, puck back in the zone. Back out to center ice. Here comes Hazel with it, kind of overskated. Bounces free, and Andy Girard with it. He's taken out of the play. Puck goes in front of the net. Back out to center ice. Here's Carroll. Flips it ahead, knocked away. And it trickles in front, and the shot's fired wide. Bouncing puck in the corner. We're down to 2 minutes left to play in the third period. Raiders down by 2, and not a lot of time left. 4-2 our score on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Bouncing puck comes to Park. He moves it ahead, flips it to center ice. Seacott with it, whacks at it. Puck comes free to Hazel. Hazel flips it in behind the net. Bounces around the boards and out to center ice. Park with it, gets a piece of it, knocks it ahead. It comes in behind inside Saratoga territory. The Blue Streaks gather it in and move it ahead out to center ice. Back down the other way it comes. Puck trickles in there to the blue line. They keep it in the zone. Here's a backhander right on. The save made nicely by Nat Smythe. Puck in behind in the corner. Hearn battling for it there. He can't come up with it. It's Bergen with it. His shot right on. The save made. Ward ahead to Slack with a minute left. Here comes Slack with Kerwin. He'll shoot it from outside. Wentz goes off a stick and out to center ice. Durant is there. Has it knocked away. Bouncing puck in the zone. Back out again with 50 seconds left. Here's Slack with it. Moves it ahead. Kerwin, nice pass to Slack. Poke checked away at the last second with about 42 seconds left. Looks like the Streaks are going to put this one in the win column as the Raiders will drop the game. 4-2 our score. Puck bounces out back in again. Delay off sides. 30 seconds left. The puck dumped down the ice. That'll be an icing call, and the whistle will blow.
Makes that bus trip back down to Saratoga a lot sweeter when you come away with the championship. And as Bobby Santamore said, he always likes to come up here. Good competition, first-class tournament, and have always been put on a fine showing. But this year, I think his first time that he's going to walk away with the championship. He's got to feel pretty good about it. And they put on a good performance here this afternoon.
Off the draw, the puck bounces into the corner to the blue line. Poke checked away from Park with 18 seconds left. And here's the shot, but the whistle had blown.
Raiders undermanned here in this third period, and coach's choice. A lot of the big guns have not seen the ice in that third period, but give credit to the rest of the club. They've battled and fought here and more than held their own in this third period.
Off the face-off. And the puck goes down the ice for icing.
4 seconds. We'll see if Coach Long pulls his goaltender here. With 4 seconds left in this hockey game, trailing by 2.
Face-off will move. Why not? No, he's not going to pull him, though. Face-off will move. Here's the draw. And that's going to take care of the hockey game right there. It ends 4-2 for Saratoga. Stay tuned for the post-game show on WMSA.